Okay guys, so in this video I'll be going over my cryptocurrency portfolio for the month of September. If you missed it, my previous video went over my stock portfolio as of the month of September, and I also went over some of the stocks that I'm looking at buying for the next month or so over there as well. So go ahead and check that one out if you've missed it. But in this video we'll jump into my portfolio, see where we're at overall, and maybe just talk about a couple of individual positions, some of the positions that I've newly added to the portfolio, and then some of my plans going forward over the next month. So if that sounds like a good idea, if you could take a second to go ahead and drop a like on this video, it really does help out the channel, and it only takes 1 second to do. So big thank you to everybody who goes and does that. And just quickly, if you're wondering where I buy my cryptocurrency, I normally use Binance or Coinbase. Links down in the description below to both of them if you want to pick up some free Bitcoin for Coinbase. And if you want to save some of your fees as well, you can use my link for Binance. And then when it comes to staking and earning interest, I stake some cryptocurrency on Cake DeFi, which I've gone over in my previous videos. And then I also earn some interest over on BlockFi as well. Links to all of them down in the description below if you want to get started on any of them platforms. But yeah, just before we get started, let's take a quick look at where Bitcoin and Ethereum have been over the last month. So with Bitcoin, first of all, you can see that over the last month it's been up 1.24%, but that of course does not tell the full picture. It's currently sitting at about $47,300, and you can see here that it started off the month at about just under 47,000. Then we reached highs of just above 52,000 there, and then we've come all the way back down to about 47,000 there. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a month, but it actually ends up finishing just about over what it started the month at. Then if we look at Ethereum, we can see that Ethereum is up 5.68%, so about 4 or 5 times better than the performance of Bitcoin over the last month. And again with this one, similar trend in terms of roller coaster. Started off at 3,200, we've seen highs of just under 4,000, and then we also ended up about 3,400 now. Now this is using Google Finance, and it's telling me that the height was 3,915 on the 3rd of September, but in fact on my exchange I was using Binance, it did go over the $4,000 mark. And the reason I know that is because I set a sell limit on the $4,000 mark that was executed. So I think this is just taking maybe the averages off all the different exchanges, but I know for certain that it did reach $4,000 per Ethereum on Binance. Okay, so jumping over to the phone here, we'll take a look at my portfolio, go through some of the individual holdings I have here and how they're kind of doing for me, and just maybe a couple of comments that I have about each of them. For this, I'm using something called FTX, which is formerly known as Blockfolio. So I'm not sponsored by these or anything, it's just a way that I track all my portfolio because I use different exchanges, all the ones I mentioned in this video: Coinbase, Binance, BlockFi, and Cake DeFi. I use all of them, so it's nice to be able to have one app where I can just quickly look at all my position as a whole. But yeah, let's go into each of these. So the main portfolio balance is $11,468 right now. I think slightly down. I think the height that this reached over the last month was probably about 12,500 or somewhere in that region. So a little bit down, but overall it's obviously up quite a bit. But yeah, that's the number we're at right now. Okay, so let's go through each of these one by one. Ethereum, you can see it's my largest holding with just over $4,000, which is also 1.2242 Ethereum. I think in my previous update video I had about 1.15 Ethereum, so I've added a little bit more Ethereum in there, and I plan to continue to do so over the next couple of months. If you missed my previous video where I talked about my exit strategy for Ethereum, which I'll leave linked in the iCards up here, basically I said I had 1.15 Ethereum and I was planning to wait until Ethereum reached $4,000, and then I would sell a little bit of it there and hopefully get back in around the $3,500 mark. And I was actually able to execute that strategy, so I'm not right all the time, but on this one I did happen to be right. It was a little bit of a risky strategy, but I think I set a 10% sell order when it got to $4,000, and then I went ahead and bought back in around the $3,500 mark. Since then it's dropped a little bit further, but I definitely see it reaching some higher highs there soon. And if you want to see more on my price predictions for that, go ahead and check out that video. But yeah, that's my Ethereum position. Not too bad there. Quite happy with how that's looking so far, and I'm quite happy for it to be my biggest position right now. Very close behind it, we have Bitcoin here at $3,965, or 0.08 of a Bitcoin. So yeah, no surprise here, Bitcoin and Ethereum are my biggest holdings. They're two of the ones I have the most conviction in and think will do very well over the future. Kind of two of, I suppose you could say, my safest plays, although nothing is really safe in the cryptocurrency market. But yeah, very happy with how both of them are performing right now. And as I said, I think there will be some higher highs set in the next couple of weeks here. Next up, we have my DeFi, and I stake this on Cake DeFi. So I won't go over to the Cake DeFi platform in this video. I normally do it maybe every second portfolio update, and I did it last one, so I won't go into it on this one. But basically I have that over there. It's just earning me some interest. I think the current interest rate is about 85% APY, so quite a high interest rate, but I only have about $750 over there. Next up, we have XRP. This is basically one of my long shots, I think. if the lawsuit, which seems to be never ending at this stage, does settle in XRP's favor, there are some rumors that it will absolutely take off. But you know, it's a bit of a risk for me, a bit of a bet, I guess you could say, because I want to have some exposure to it. In the possibility that it does actually take off, I definitely would not have liked to miss out on that opportunity. So I'm quite happy with my position in this for now. I don't think I'll be adding any more, but I just want a bit of exposure there if it does take off to even somewhere around that $8 mark, which I've heard some people say, but again, we can't be certain with this one. Next up, we've got some Cardano, and this is one that I didn't have in my previous portfolio update, and I decided to add it back in. I had it a couple of months ago, but I sold out of that position, but now I finally added it back in. A lot of you guys were requesting me to get that back in my portfolio, and it's definitely a project that I like, and I'm very happy to have some more exposure in it. So there's no real reason why I took it out of the other one. I just cashed in on some profit, and I forgot to buy back in, so I'm glad I have that one back in there. Next up then, we've got Nano. I'll just fly through a couple of these then. We've got Nano, we've got Matic, and then we've got HBAR there as well, around the $300 to $470 range with them. And then a recent addition, but very small position, is Quant. So yeah, still learning a bit about that cryptocurrency Quant. But I just want to let you guys know that I have started a very, very, very small position in that. But I may add to some of that. You can see it's down 7% there over the last 24 hours. So it may actually be a good time to start putting some more money into that. But again, I don't have loads of conviction in it. It's just a small one that I'm adding for now. And we'll probably plan to sell out fully of by the end of this bull market if I can time it correctly, but I would definitely not have any aversion to buying back in once we enter that bear market and I get a good price on it. So yeah, that's basically the portfolio at a glance. If you don't know, I do these every single month. I go over my stock portfolio and also my cryptocurrency portfolio. Just a nice way to check in with you guys every month and show you some of the moves that I'll be making. So basically for the cryptocurrency portfolio, I just plan to add a little bit more Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then maybe trickle into some other ones there like ADA, maybe some more Quant. The likes of XRP, I'm happy to just leave my position where that is for now. But yeah, that's the plan. If you did enjoy this video and you haven't already, please go ahead and drop a like on it. It really, really does help me out. And if you're new around here and you enjoy the content, make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video.